Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Reevy Ron. Today we are going to be taking a look at another tier list. This is going to be, once again, the Zeds, the specimens, all of them. And I will be ranking them not based on how scary they are, but how much I like them. So, let's go through each one of these individually, talk about them briefly, and then rank them where I would like them. So I guess rank them where I would like them is a pretty accurate way of saying it. This is going to be completely my opinion, and if you have a different opinion than me, then you are probably right. These won't be your favorites, they are going to be my favorites. So, tell me what your favorites are down in the comments below. I'd really like to know what maybe your top 3 favorite Zeds are and least favorite Zeds are. So, let's once again start with the little guys. So, the cyst. The cyst I kind of feel bad for. He's sluggish, he's weak, he doesn't really do that much. He's not really one of my favorite Zeds because he isn't cool or anything. I just kind of feel bad for him. I'm still going to put him in D tier just because of that, though. I mean, with like certain skins, some of the little Zeds look pretty good. You know, like their carnival skins look creepy. I like their Halloween skins. They all look pretty good then. And I like the Christmas skins, but yeah, you're going to D tier, little cyst. Sorry about that. The Alpha Clots. These guys also, I don't really feel bad for them as much as the little guys, the cysts, because at least they will try to charge at you, even though they're still pretty weak. You can still beat them with practically anything. And overall, they're still probably D tier. I don't really like them any more than the cyst. I'd probably put the cyst a little bit higher because I like his design a little bit more. Slashers are a little bit cooler than the other two, I would say, but they're still not one of my favorites. They do roll around a bit more, and their base skin I think is probably the best of the base skins of these little guys. So I think I'm gonna put a slasher probably high up into D tier. Still not one of my favorites, still not one of like the most remembered. Let's see, I think the gorfin or gorfas also count as small Zeds, and they're a bit cooler. I like their sword arm. I like that they attack with it. I like that they block with it. All those are good things. Some of their slashes are kind of cool. Their patterns of spinning are kind of weird. They're a bit cooler than these other guys, in my opinion, so I'm going to put them into C tier. A little bit better, but not by too much. Let's see, crawlers here too. I do like crawlers. I find them creepy. Even though once you get used to fighting them, they're not that bad, and with like Firebug, you can destroy them really fast. I still like the way that they move. It'd be cooler if they could crawl around on ceilings and stuff. I think then they'd be better. They are, probably better than these other ones in my opinion, so I'd put them into B tier. I kind of like the crawlers. They're at least creepy enough for me. Let's talk about the elite versions of each of these now. So we've got the Rioter. And I kind of like the Rioter. I like his armor. I like, particularly like his mohawk. That looks pretty cool. And I like that whenever his armor breaks, he gets enraged and starts charging after you. And I do like his enrage mechanic. I think he's actually a pretty cool Zed. And I'm probably going to put him into A tier. I kind of like the Rioter overall, just aesthetic-wise. The Elite Crawler. I really like the Elite Crawler. It has a much cooler color than the others, than the regular crawlers, and the exploding thing is pretty cool too. I like that. I think that they are one of the better designed Zeds. I don't think they're like S tier, but I think they're probably high A tier. I like them. They are pretty cool. The Gorfins. The Gorfins I like a bit more. You got the 2 swords, they have the black and white coloring, which is really cool. They do spin around a bit more, they do block with both their blades. I like them more than the Gorfas by quite a bit. I'm not sure if they'd go to A tier, but I think they're going to go into high B tier. I think that they are pretty cool. Alright, up next is the Bloat, and I don't really care for the Bloat. The Bloat is not one of my favorite ones. They do have some, like, decent skins. Like the slime ball is alright for the Halloween one, and their Christmas one's actually pretty good. Maybe I'll do another list just ranking each of the best skins for each of these Zeds, or at least talking about them, which one I think is the best, and which one's maybe the worst. That might be an idea for a future video. But the Bloats, they are not one of my favorites. I don't really like them. They're probably going down to D tier. The Siren. Now, I kind of like the Siren. I think that she's creepy. I think she's kind of cool. She's got the weird, like, the loud metal kind of rasping noise whenever she's walking. I think that's kind of cool. Screaming is a unique ability. I kind of like that too. Her regular skin honestly isn't that great. Her other skins are much better. So overall, I think I'm going to put the Siren probably high up into B tier. Stalkers. Stalkers are actually pretty cool. I like the way that they move. I like the way that they jump and run around. They move in such a unique way compared to a lot of the other Zeds. I love the cloaking ability. That is really cool. And I think for all that, I'm probably going to put them into S tier. They are one of my favorite Zeds overall, I'd say. They're going up there. Husks. I really like Husks. Husks are pretty cool. At least when they're not blowing up on you, they are very dangerous. But I do like that they actually have a ranged weapon. I especially like their Christmas skin. Their Christmas skin looks really good. And so does the Halloween skin, because the suit of armor is really good too. The snowman's my favorite though, out of those ones, I would say. But the Husks themselves, I still think are pretty cool, and I like them. I'm probably going to put them up into S tier as well. Maybe not as much as the Stalker, but they're still up there. Alright, the EDRs. I should talk about each of these individually, but I mean, they're all kind of the same. I mean, they all look pretty much the same. The only difference is, do they have the rocket shoulders, the laser under gun things, or the tether arm. And overall, the robots look alright. I don't really have a problem with them, but they just kind of look like basic robots to me. They're definitely better in their Christmas skin when they're the action figure. I think that's way better for them. But as they are, they're okay. They're not one of my favorite Zeds, and I'd probably put them somewhere into C tier, just collectively. The quarter pounds. Quarter pounds are kind of cool. They're like flesh pounds, but smaller. All the rage, but in a smaller package. I wouldn't say they're as cool as flesh pounds or the king flesh pound. They're probably on the lowest rung of the flesh pounds. That being said, they're still a flesh pound, and they still are kind of cool. I'd probably put them somewhere into low B tier. I think that's kind of a fair place for them. They're not bad. They're at least interesting. Scrake. The Scrake is probably one of my favorite Zeds. His base skin looks amazing. I think that they did a fantastic job just on his base skin. His other skins are also pretty good too. I don't really think Scrake has really a bad skin for any of the holiday things. Because his monkey skin looks great. His Frankenstein skin looks great. His what does he have for Christmas? Oh yeah, when he's the deer. That also looks really great. The Scrake just looks amazing, and he's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite looking Zed, and he's going to go up to S tier. Just so cool. Flesh pounds. Now, flesh pounds are also pretty cool. I like that they are so brutish, so intimidating. They've got the big flesh pound gauntlets. I'm not sure exactly what they're called. I guess forearms of the flesh pound. The big, reactor looking thing in their chest, and they usually have the mask just over their eyes, which just makes them even look more intimidating. I think that they are a really cool looking Zed, and they're probably going into lower S tier for me. They're just one of the cooler ones. Alright, now we're moving on to bosses. So, Abomination. Abomination is probably my least favorite looking boss out of them. He's not bad, because I kind of like that he has the armor. I guess I will include his flubbers too, and the flubbers are okay. They look like flubbers. Some of his abilities are kind of unique. I do wish he was better, and he's not my favorite boss. And just based on aesthetics, he's not really one of my favorites. I wouldn't put him into D tier, but I am going to put him into low C tier. Not one of my favorite overall boss designs. Now, let's talk about Hans. Hans probably does have one of my favorite boss designs. I really like the way that he looks. I really like all of his bizarre rants and ravings. He does make a very good villain. I mean, he's a literal Nazi, which goes pretty well for a villain. And he's just such a bizarre person, but also just has a really cool design too. I like his claws. I like that he actually brings guns to the fight. So I'm going to put Hans probably also up into S tier. I'm not sure if I'm going to put him as high as a Scrake, because I just love the Scrake all the way through. Hans I really like though too. He's probably my favorite boss, so I'm gonna put him up there. Matriarch. Matriarch kind of has a cool design. I like her Halloween design the best. I think that one's the best one we've seen so far with the pumpkin. Her base one is okay. It reminds me of, well, a Big Daddy from BioShock, and she has quite a few lines that I would say are inspired by BioShock, which is cool. She also just has like some bizarre like screaming rants that she goes on, which I think is funny too. Overall, I'm okay with the matriarch, like, design-wise. I think she's actually has a pretty cool design. I like that she's got, like, the Tesla gun, and, like, I like that her armor kind of changes as she uses different attacks as well. So I think I'm going to put matriarch into A tier. I kind of like the way that she is overall. The King Fleshbound. I do really like the King Fleshbound. He does have a cool design. I mean, he's essentially just a scaled-up Fleshbound, which is already pretty cool, and can shoot lasers from his chest. So that's pretty awesome, and he's probably also going to go up into S tier over here. And then we have the Patriarch. I like the Patriarch. I don't think I like him in design-wise as much as like Hans or the King Fleshbound. He's probably on par with like the Matriarch, where I would put him as to how much I'd like him. He does have a very unique design. I like that he has the weird tentacle arm. He's got his one, actual arm and then his machine gun arm. And he's got, well, he's always got his glasses on, which I like too. And I'd probably put him high up into A tier. Maybe not S tier. But overall, I really like the Patriarch too. So maybe I would put him onto S tier on another day or something, because I do like him in like the endless mode. He is pretty entertaining as an announcer. But this is where I would put all of the Zeds in Killing Floor 2 solely based on how much I like them. On no other reason than just how good do they look and nothing else. Not how powerful they are, not which one would beat which one, just how much do I like them. So tell me what your top Killing Floor 2 Zeds are, which ones you like the most, which ones you don't like the most, and maybe the reasons as well. But this has been a fun list to make. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for coming here and watching it. I really do appreciate it. And I will talk to all of you guys next time. Till then, stay cool and bye.